326. Let's see. Let me check on my page. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm cutting the healing vibes. 1 second. I don't want to give y'all the wrong information. So let me just go ahead and check. And to everyone that's tapping in, appreciate you tapping in and being here, being a subscriber. Okay. Let's see. View channel. Oh, shout out to 919 subscribers. Happy to see you guys are subscribing. Okay, so yes, it's day 326 of evolving into a starseed. We are now on day and episode 326. Okay, I'm like, it's backwards. I'm like, hold on, ain't it only 326 days, 365 days in a year? Y'all didn't see me say that. Okay. So shout out to everybody here. I'm happy to have you guys in the room, in the chat. As you guys can see, I'm still putting on my eyebrows because yes, I did color my eyebrows, but I didn't put a dark base on them, so they're gonna give kind of like a lighter color. Let's hop into getting them penciled in. So yes, I do use a dark black to like brown pencil just to go in and give them some personality and some shape first. Because, you know, when your hair grows back, what's the root color? It's dark. Right. So let's go ahead and get that started. Oh, shit. Hold on now. Sorry about that. Brush every hair into place. And just kind of like give it a shape. So what are we talking about today on evolving into a starseed? Okay, so today we're about to get into the fact that, one, I'm talking to the people at my hair school about starting a business. So when you're evolving into a starseed and you finally done your shadow work, you finally done all that work that makes you feel inadequate, empty, all those different things. And now you're getting to the point where it's like, okay, so what do I do with this information? A lot of us don't realize it, like, it's time for you to turn it into some kind of business, some form of pouring back into the community. Now, I believe, and this is what a lot of people have actually agreed to. When it comes to our spiritual journey, what's up, love? A lot of us go actually like backwards, right? So when I started doing hair, I was already working at the crown chakra, right? So I was already working at the crown chakra. So being there at the crown chakra, I already was at the top of the whole entire chakra system, helping people sort through their thoughts, memories, trials, tribulations, traumas. Because, you know, if you all are aware, but I mean, I'm pretty sure most people know, but like your hairstylist slash barber is like your therapist. At the barbershop, men talk about sports and they relate on things that, you know, give them masculine fortitude. They find other people to build their networks with and other brothers to, you know, give them support, spine support, mind support. And same thing at the with the feminines at the hair salon. We do the same thing. We talk about our boyfriends, that girl at our job that always got a different boyfriend. You know, just relate on things that make feminines feel present and, you know, it's kind of like your therapist, so to speak. Right? So with that being said, I was already operating in that capacity at the age of 17, being that for people. Not understanding how impactful that would be on my spiritual journey, my life, but let alone all of that, but add on my son's life, my son's journey. And we're going to get into how all of that compiles into what we have become today. So, as it pertains to my spiritual journey, me starting as a hairstylist and becoming a hairstylist and kind of staying in that space and being at the crown chakra at the beginning of my spiritual journey. And what I know now after going through almost 10 years of a spiritual journey. Actually, I think my spiritual journey already started when I was 21. So, yeah, starting the spiritual journey at 21 and really jumping off the porch at 21. What I learned through all these years is that, the lessons that you learn are for you to be able to help someone else push through their journey. Quiet is kept. A lot of people don't want to highlight that either. Like, oh, wait, I'm going through the spiritual journey for me and myself and my own security, my own safety, my own money to get up. People think it's all about them, 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 them. Also, shout out to these. I got these back when I worked at JC Penney. They're like things where you like suck on them and like this. And it's supposed to give you like Kylie Jenner lips. I remember when Kylie Jenner said she sucks on glass bottles to make her lips look plump instead of getting fillers. They had them for thin lips too. And then here's the middle size, but the one I showed you was the bigger one. Yeah, I don't care. Dang, it actually did work too. That's crazy. Whoa, my bottom lip looks fat. Okay, I might start using these again. I don't know. I mean, I never really got into them, but that was kind of cool. We have a brown lipstick. Some things you don't realize you have inside your makeup. Okay, so yes, your spiritual journey you'll learn is not really just for you, but it's really for like you to help and align with other people. Because see, I was already at the crown chakra when I started off my career as a stylist, or my career as general is like just being a grown person, right? So in the actual journey, I've learned that when it comes to the crown chakra and relating to the crown chakra of other people, you'll start to realize like most of us are going through the exact same things. And most of us want just a listening ear. Just somebody who makes you feel like in this world of delulu or whatever else we want to call it. Because a lot of people haven't gotten to that part of delusion yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever part of the journey you're on is all due respect. And you'll learn that on a spiritual journey is to respect other people's positioning on the journey. Because everybody might not be as far along as you. Or even if they are, some people don't want to accept that they are as far along as you on this journey. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong with someone not wanting to accept where they're at because, again, acceptance is the first part of really embracing the spiritual journey. A lot of people aren't ready to embrace it. A lot of people know that we're on it, but just to embrace it, truly, that's when you truly get into that alchemizing spiritual ability to build your own reality, build your own business, build your own life, things of the sort. You're able to become more of a fluid portion of the world. You'll realize that we're all in just a big old glass of water and everybody's looking for an ice cube tray that makes them feel individual. Everybody wants to exist in their own ice cube tray. Oh, I want to be a square ice cube. Oh, I want to be a round ice cube. Oh, I want to be a flower shaped ice cube, Just looking for some kind of stability in this spiritual journey of what shape to take, what shape to form into. And you have people who will help you on your journey figure out what shape to be. You'll copy off of their shape. Nothing wrong with that. You'll be inspired by their ability to, how do you say? You'll be inspired by their ability to assimilate and make the best out of the situation, no matter what's going on. Right? So what do you do when you learn all of these lessons, though? Like, okay. And you realize you're back at square one. Because I'm back at about to be a hairstylist, opening up my own salon plaza. But this time around, I have investors. This time around, I'm doing it in a public space. This time around, I have a quota that I have to meet. And it's not just me. Okay, well, whatever happens, happens. God got me. It's like, nah, I need this much money by this date. For the ROI to make sense and for it to all be business oriented. Like, there's actually deadlines. And today I'm going to go speak at my hair school, actually, the one that I graduated from, to go inspire some girls to want to come work with me. It's not that I don't want, other people from the past to also be involved, but I got to try my hand at doing some things on my own first, Now, of course, the lesson is that you have to work with people who you've built relationships with, people you've built a bread and butter kind of relationship with, like they're your toast. But because one thing about, even if you go hungry, right? Let's use this. Even if one person goes hungry in the house, you always have bread and toast. Okay? You always have butter, bread, and toast at your disposal. So when it comes to that understanding, you'll still be trying to figure out, so what do I do? Now that I learned that I got to work with people, what do I do? How do I do that? So with me going to go work at my hair school, or go talk at my hair school rather, it's now my job to give back to people who are just like me. Basically, you learn all this information about who you were on this journey to give it right back to everyone that reminds you of yourself when you were coming up during your journey. So for instance, if you're like a content creator on YouTube, your job is to help other people become content creators, help other people go viral, help other people get into that space of learning how to become their best self on camera, become comfortable on the camera. If you're like me, a hairstylist, your job is to go back to your hair school and go find people who were like, okay, well, I'm out of hair school, so how do I know I'm going to have a job when I leave here? What's the guarantee that I spent this $15,000 on school or $20,000 on school and I'm still going to have a job? Because there's a lot of people who have college degrees. It's a lot of people who have college degrees and they literally do not have, they don't have a career, right? So you got to start realizing that, like, okay, like for content creators like myself, like yesterday, my video, my live went up 5,000. I had the 5,000 people in here in the morning. It's because I decided to open up my aura to people who were just like me, let them in my space and just be cool. Like, you got to be open if you want to be a content creator. You can't be a content creator and be shy. It is what it is. And people, everybody relates how they relate. So some people gonna want green, some people gonna want yellow, some people gonna want pink, some people gonna want purple. And even as a hairstylist, you realize that, when you finally get into working for yourself, you'll realize that it's your job to curate a vibe. It's your job to create a space. Why does the beginning of my eyebrow keep doing that on this side? It's your job to create that vibe. You are the curator of the vibe. Y'all see that? How it's just, I guess that's what concealer is for. Y'all know I don't usually do my face in the morning. I think I might do a red lip today too. Who knows? But you'll realize that it's your job to create that vibe and all of that stuff. And you'll learn that as you grow in this journey. Like, you got to open up. I got to be open to everybody's energy because I want people to pour into me, pour into my business, be here. I don't want to talk to myself every morning about absolutely nothing. The job is to connect to everybody. And, people take what you need. Like, take what you need. Because I'm here to tell you about your spiritual journey and what to do now that you've gotten through it. Okay. Most people are like, oh, I'm spiritual. I got through the journey. I think I learned all the lessons. Now what? Like I said, you go back to who you were before you started the journey and you educate those people. What's up, Sama? You educate people who are on the space that you're on before you started your journey. So you're going to go back to the girls who are in the hair school, like I said, for me. You're going to go back to the guys who are content creators and want to become better content creators. You're going to go back to the people who were psychic or getting spiritually aware, but they're like, okay, am I going crazy? Like, am I really seeing this color yellow every time I think about this person? Am I really seeing burgundy on the wall when I think about this person? Like, what does that mean? Is that an aura? What is an aura? You helping people decipher what they're going through because you're helping them grow through what you already have grown into. It's an act of giving back because once you learn that you're giving back, it's like, oh, that was the whole point of it all. Because you realize the people who helped you on a journey were giving back to you after their spiritual awakenings. You realize that everybody that was on your journey was also you at one point. Literally. I realized I'm living my grandma's life, all my grandma's lives. I'm living them. No, I don't have any hairstylists in my family. However, What I do have is a bunch of women who went through cheating, divorcing, childbirth, single parenthood, being young, having to get a job early on in life, working for the government, working for themselves, working for a family business. You know, I went through all the things that my grandmothers and all the women before me went through. And when I could take time to pay homage to that, it's like, oh, so now I'm going to be on the other side of that as now a matriarch, as now an ancestor. Now it's my job to give back to people who are also going through the journey, to people who are also, learning to build, grow, and become their best self or their highest self or their most righteous self. However you want to look at it, it's all up to you what you want to define it all as, right? Because some people say, oh, your spiritual self. Some people say the God in you. Some people say your Buddha level, your Shakti level, your Shiva level, whatever you want to define it as. Because we're all praying to God, but it's just a different level. Hold on one second, y'all, because my son is supposed to be getting in the shower, and I don't hear the shower water. Hold on one second. All right, come on. Uppity, 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 get in that shower. All right. So again, your job is to give back. Even me, being a parent, having to give back to my son, like, hey, it's time for you to get up at this time. You gotta have discipline, you gotta have structure, you gotta have this going on at this time, you gotta have this going on at this time. You can't just be doing this and this and this, You what's the words that I'm looking for? You'll become more aware of why your life had to be hard. Because if your life wasn't hard, you wouldn't build structure. And structure is the only thing that gives you stability in this world, right? You have to have the bones. You have to have a regimen, a daily thing that you do every single day, every evening, a nighttime schedule, a morning time schedule, a community of people that you go to for advice, a community of people that you go to when things get tough, a community of people that you go to when things become awry, So many different things that you have to tap into in order to survive, thrive, and revive yourself. So when you learn that about you, right, you then become aware of how to offer that to others as they grow into their selves. So what do you do at the end of your spiritual journey once you feel like you've learned everything but you're still here? Like, why am I still here? If I learned everything I need to know, why am I still here, right? That whole entire the reason you're still here is because now you have to be able to be someone else's backbone and someone else's structure. You have to allow children to live in you, neighbors to live in you. You become a vessel for other people to live in, essentially. You become a vessel for other people to, you become a home. You become a home. You become like that frat house, that fraternity house. You become that. That mom that was at the college, oh, my frat mom was always such a good frat mom. When I was there, I always felt safe. She always made sure she woke us up. We was never late for class, blah, blah, blah. You become that, right? You become that woman, that man that keeps an eye on people who are trying to figure it out. And then when you see people who are on the journey that you were on when it started to get confusing, when you see those people, what's up, Penner? When you see those people, you're able to then identify them and act accordingly, right? You're no longer judging people for where they're at on their journey. You're now realizing, oh shoot, I'm here to make your journey easier. A morning ritual that sets you up for a good day. Let's see, let's try it. We have a good Q&A question here. I don't know why it won't let me put it somewhere else, sir. Let's do that. So it won't be in front of my face. What's a morning ritual that you guys have that helps set you up for a good day? For instance, because if we're talking about structure, feel free to answer it. If you don't want to answer it, I'll take it off the screen. But that just popped up, and it just made me think, like, what is... I don't know. I really don't want that there, because I'm kind of using the camera to look at my face. Hold on. Oh, what's up, baby?
You home?
Huh?
You home?
I'm just waiting for you to get in the shower. I'll be done shortly. But yeah, what is a morning ritual that you do every day to keep you in alignment with growing positively every day, so that you're staying on point for yourself, so that you're making sure that you're showing up? Because we all got to show up. Like, I went to the school, they were laughing at me because I just came on here and I was viral with y'all yesterday. And it's like, you know, when you're viral, to some people it's like, wow, you have no boundaries, you have no limits, you just letting everybody just swing on through your city, huh? And it's like, not necessarily. I'm kind of supporting a bunch of people who kind of want a place to stay at so that they feel like they have a home. Like, you know, it's like I'm becoming a bigger vessel to be used to make sure that people are safe. And once you understand the responsibility of being a content creator, you're not just out here being all willy-nilly, especially when you're doing it in the right fashion. Like, some content creators, I ain't gonna hold you, but you realize that you're becoming a safe space for people. So even with me, like, I'm realizing with me going to my hair school today to go ahead and talk to those girls, I'm going to be their safe space. They're going to be coming to work and throwing their problems on me, and I got to know how to deal with them, emotionally regulate them, emotionally help them out of what feels like a tough time, talk to them, allow them to talk to me. Sometimes they might end up coming to work crying because, you know, if they were anything like me, I had a baby daddy that was cheating and all kinds of stuff back when I was in hair school. God forbid now he's doing better, but I was going through so many things emotionally on top of trying to also be an entrepreneur, on top of also trying to be a hairstylist. So I had people who I got to talk to when I went to work every day who would, you know, coach me through feeling like everything was okay. So you're going to get to a part in your spiritual journey where you realize it's not about you anymore. You learned everything that you need to know. You've done the work on you. Now it's time for you to give back and be a vessel for other people to feel safe inside of. It's no longer for you to eat off the top. It's now for you to understand that you're just here to guide people how they can eat off the top. Because if you've done it right, you should be able to eat off the top regardless. You know, even if you teach people your techniques, because you're so good at what you do, it shouldn't bother you whether other people can come up to your level, because you're also there. You're not teaching someone something that doesn't actually work, right? You're teaching people things that actually can help them, not hurt them. You're not like, so yeah, you know, projecting onto people and making people feel less than. You're now being the vessel. Thank you. I'm about to take it down so y'all can see the curls. I just got to finish doing my makeup. And you know, me being a hairstylist and me going back to my hair school today, you know, giving girls a place to eventually come work at, because December is the day where we open up the doors, right? me now being able to be that person for someone's daughter, I'm now becoming someone's second mom. You know, I'm now like their second mom, because like some people come into the workforce and they don't have a good family structure. They don't have a trusting mother. They might have a mother that's still dealing with her spiritual journey. So she's lashing out on her daughter, and I'm now the second mom that the girl's gonna look towards for a structure. Yes, baby. Huh? Do I need to use it? Why? Go ahead, you're good. The foundation I'm using actually came from the beauty supply store. 24-hour matte liquid foundation. 24-hour base liquid. Long-lasting, transfer proof. So, you know, I'm not fully there yet. You know, I'm still learning myself, because I still have a mother, and I still have a grandmother, and I still have a great grandmother, and I still have sisters, you know, who I'm learning from every day. Even my neighbor, sometimes I get mad because she's yelling or she's stomping, but I'm realizing sometimes she feels a bad energy and she's like trying to knock it out of me, because, you know, they say if you want to release bad energy, what do? You clap to release bad vibes, you know? So if you feel like something's bad, you just start clapping. I learned that from my other neighbor. I learned it a long time ago, but I completely forgot about it. Thank you, I appreciate that. But you know, you just learn so many ways to deal. But then once you learn these things, you don't just keep them for yourself and like, okay, I'm gonna be the strongest fighter and no one's gonna be able to hurt me, and I'm just gonna be this unpenetrable force of energy and I'm gonna be so tough. You teach other people how to be on guard because you realize everyone's going through the same exact transition, the same journey. So why would you only want to be the only one to make it out when you know daggone well God did not say make it to heaven's gates alone? Yes, you die alone, but you're not supposed to. The work that Jesus did, he died for other people, right? So Jesus wasn't just out here, I'm the Messiah and can't nobody fuck with me. He had 12 disciples. He was a carpenter. He got baptized. Didn't Jesus get baptized by somebody else? So it's like when we start to really understand, and if we're going to go religious, right? Because I'm not telling you to be religious, but we really want to start to bring in all aspects of what we've learned in our lives. Because I know, and I'm not telling you because to be a Jesus worshiper or Buddha or Allah, because I believe all religions have they're all right. They're all telling you the exact same story, just from a different point of view. So Monsieur Jesus had friends, okay? And he was doing the work with other people. He wasn't just out here doing it all alone. He wasn't just, I mean, he took time to go alone and be in the garden, you know, plenty of times, you know, pray by himself. He definitely did do that. And it is important to do that as well for yourself, to get clarity by yourself. But you got to realize that this journey is not just for you. Once you get to a certain level of education, especially, you'll realize it's for everybody. This journey is for everybody. Thank you. Appreciate you. The journey is for everybody. So I'm here to teach you based on what I've learned, but that doesn't mean that I also still can't learn from you too. You start to humble yourself when you're on the journey. It's like, oh, I don't know everything. Because people going to teach you every single day that you don't know everything. I said this on one of my lives before. You're going to think that you're the biggest, baddest biatch on the whole entire spiritual field. And then somebody going to come and knock your ass out real good one good time. And set your ass down. And you're like, damn. What don't I know that she know? It's going to make you want to go and learn something else. And it's not that God is trying to punish you for being smart. God's trying to remind you that everybody's smart. It's just everybody's smart at different things. And that's the beauty in being smart. You can be smart at different things. Everybody don't have to be smart about the same stuff. Right? Y'all gonna beat me up for this next comment. Donald Trump is smart. Why is he smart? He secured a job where he can say genuinely almost anything he wants to, and he's actually right half of the time. It's just most people don't want to look into that aspect of how Donald Trump is right. We've never had a president be honest with us. Ever. See you later, love. Peace. Now, half of the shit he allows to do, like the racism, all that stuff, no, not right. But it's not his job to show you what his personal ideas are about life. His job is to like, express the minds of the whole entire country. So you got to understand, when he started telling the truth about how he felt or what he was thinking, how many other people got exposed in that? How many other people finally came to the forefront and let us know how they really felt about us? When we start having people living in their truth, it allows us to identify who's what, what's who, so that we can move forward efficiently. A lot of job places, we're secretly being racist. We're secretly cutting people out. We're secretly not paying people enough. Thank you, Lisa. Right? A lot of us were secretly not paying, or a lot of jobs rather, we're secretly not paying people their worth. But when people like those people came to the forefront and exposed who they really were, we understood why. People were thinking, oh, maybe they just forgot, or, you know, boss is just really busy. No, when people started exposing themselves, you started realizing, oh, I see what's going on here. Oh, this is about something else. And it made people move around, meaning people got different jobs, people start working for themselves, people start being more aware of their surroundings, who they're having lunch with every day. People started listening to the conversations and understanding their environment a little bit better about who exactly they dealing with. Oh, okay, you, that's why we don't click. Okay, all right, it makes sense now. So regardless of whether you say he's a horrible person, we need horrible people sometimes, or bad situations or trauma in life, because you learn that on your spiritual journey. You need those bad situations and those bad people to actually bring out the truth in you and things that you need to know. Because then you'll start to be like, oh, I see why you don't get along, because you really don't like me. You genuinely actually hate me, and this is a competition between the two of us. Oh, that's why you never gave me an opportunity to work with you at a higher. Okay. Okay, so it has nothing to do with my self-worth. It has nothing to do with my value. It had everything to do with your self-worth and your value. And when you can finally adopt that version of your spiritual journey, it'll help elevate your mind. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that this early in the morning. You know, y'all came here for a fun time and makeup time with me and ooh, you know, but at the end of the day, when you finally learn about giving back, that this part of the journey is giving y'all the truth. It's not about just sugarcoating stuff. Now, of course, we do create safe spaces, and you are safe in this space with me, because I'd be chilling. Like I said, I'm just about to be doing hair all day long, and if I'm not doing hair, I'm just gonna be counting up that money, building up product, filling up them shelves with products that you purchase, so that you can make commission off of your products. You know, giving you a goal to reach every single month, so that you're not just feeling like you just working just because. You know, I'm doing my job to make sure that you feel like you're effective in this world, that you matter, that you're doing something that's impactful. I'm doing my job, right? That's my job. As an entrepreneur, as a boss, is to give you a space where you feel valued. And what I was saying with all of that is, we finally realized why a lot of times at the workplaces we didn't feel like that. Is because we work for people who didn't genuinely see us for our value. But when you go through your spiritual journey, you'll start to realize that stuff. Like, oh, I'm not being valued here. So then you move around when you are valued. Everything happens for a reason. It's never to hurt you. It's always to help you grow you, elevate you, stretch you. And a lot of times people don't want to get stretched. Oh my God, the stretching process, it hurts so bad. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still going through stretching processes every single day. I'm getting stretched, and baby, it do not feel good. But I know it's worth it. Because when you stretch yourself, as I say in my songs, because I also make music, you got to stretch your mind, your third eye. I got the power. I am divine. You got to stretch. You have to let more people inside of you to be a bigger entity. You are, in fact, the energy, and you will have people who will subscribe to your energy, subscribe to you as an individual. Right? Subscribe to you and make you become bigger. That is a part of this journey. That's what this is about. So that you can make an impact. How will you make an impact on the world if you stay small and unseen? How will you become a bigger entity if you continue to keep hiding under a rock? How will you make millions if you only have 2 friends? And those 2 friends don't have millions of friends. Because for every friend you have, you should be able to get $1. Every month, for every friend you have, you should be able to make $1. And once you understand that, it's like, oh, that's why they say your network is your what? Your net worth. It's your job to grow. It's your job to elevate yourself. It's your job to become. So when you get further along in the spiritual journey, that's what you start to understand. It's like, oh, I'm here to become something. Not stay the same person that I was when I was 15. Not stay the same person when I was 12. Not stay the same person that I was when I was 21. You're becoming every single day. That's why you're given more time, so you can continue to keep becoming. You're being given time. And we're all on borrowed time from each other. You know, the moment you stop dying is the moment you stop existing in other people's minds. People start forgetting about you. And that's why it's always important to be a lovable person, a lovable person, a lovable person. Your job is to be lovable. Jesus was lovable. Oh, he sacrificed himself for us, so we like that. That's all right. This is an amazing man. Oh, he making wine out of water. Jesus was a celebrity. You start looking at the Bible and you start looking with the eyes that you need to look with, Jesus was a celebrity. Jesus was a celebrity. You know? So with him being a celebrity and you start understanding like why people love Jesus, it's like, oh. So then you start looking at the celebrities a little different, like, oh, well, y'all do keep us entertained and keep us unfocused from our own problems. And y'all are up there getting pretty much ate the hell up by the world to make millions of dollars, but y'all still entertain us and keep us happy. So, oh. To become a celebrity, what TV show was Jesus on? bible.com or bible.net. The network, the Bible network of Jerusalem Live. Wherever they was watching them from, they said their eyes were watching God. That was the name of a book, right? So Jesus was a local celebrity. Jesus was praised for what he could do, his talent. Jesus wasn't just praised just because he was God's son, because not everybody just knew he was God's son. He did win an Oscar, The Passion of Christ. Didn't Mel Gibson win something for that? Jesus became popular amongst his family, or rather his neighborhood. He was popular because of proving, hold on, we nailed him to a cross and he's not dead. For his magic tricks, for his alchemy, for who he was. Now, again, I don't want to make this all about Jesus, because I do know that sometimes when you make a lot of comments about, you know, Jesus, 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 everybody get a little frustrated because not everybody is a Jesus lover. Some people follow other religions. So I don't want to make this all about just Jesus. It's just I was raised as a Catholic, so it's my easiest point of contact. But as y'all see, I have a Buddhist thing behind me, so I'm really all about, excuse me, I'm really all about everybody, you know? But once you get to a certain point in your spiritual journey, that's the whole point. It's all about everybody. It's not just about you becoming the best street fighter. Of course, protect your energy, protect yourself. It's more so along the lines about understanding how to be confident and compassionate and caregiving at the same time. Because you have to teach people that even in my space, if you're in my space, I'm going to need my money. Okay? What's up, young son?
We got a show.
Thank God. Okay, I see you, abs. Wow, you actually do have muscles. Do you do push-ups?
Nah.
Oh my God. Yes, it's actually ribbed. Good job. Okay, I see you, sir. Is that armpit hair? Where's your deodorant? Put that on. Don't get stinky. Oh no, it went down. I'm just chilling now. Okay, big sexy. My son is crazy. God love you, babies. Gotta love you, babies. Oh no, I did my whole face on live. I've learned to just do my makeup while I go live with you guys, because I have to go speak at my hair school today. So I'm just ensuring that when I go, I look like, you know, somebody who runs a salon. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. You can be barefaced and run a salon, but at a certain level, you know, when you show that you want to put the extra effort in, it makes people understand, like, oh, okay. It's not a game anymore. Like, we come in with our best because we want to be the best. But everybody can be the best at what they do. Everybody can be the best. Right. Everybody can be the best. It's just, are you willing to put in the effort and the work to do it? Are you willing to learn the methodologies? Are you willing to learn the skills? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to go through the burn that you feel sometimes when you're going through it? Because I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes on here, on live, I be feeling like my skin burning up. But I do know that's because, you know, growth is elemental. You're gonna go through different elements. You're gonna go through fire, as Chaka Khan say, through the fire, through the limit to the wall. Damn, you so beautiful, queen. That is cool, and you be looking like the best. I hope so. Excuse me. Ooh, I shouldn't have burped. My gosh. My apologies, y'all. But you know, you gotta pay homage to everyone that helped you. So even when I'm on here, you know, I make sure I do consider everyone that's helped me on the journey. But It's people who helped me on a journey and they tried to unfollow me and everything, and they still like, it's like, dang, that's how you know you was a user. Came through, studied, learned all of the tactics, learned the whole personality, and then left. Like, ugh. But it'd be like that sometimes. I'm from the DC area, you know? But I could be wrong. Maybe my homegirl wasn't studying me just to, maybe she's there to remind me of what I can get back to. Thinking, no, she don't follow me. That means she don't support. But then again, that's a checking me in the mirror kind of thing, because it's a guy who I follow. He's like, well, you don't support me, you don't follow none of my stuff. I'm like, I don't need to follow you on the internet. I can't bear to follow you on the internet because I actually like you. How to do what for your daughter? Thank you, Jen. Hey, you're so pretty. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the love y'all are sharing. If you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. My birthday's coming up in 3 more days. So if you want to Cash App me, Cash App is down below. And also subscribe to make sure that I hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year so that I can start monetizing my channel. Appreciate you guys. It's not my birthday yet, Lisa. It's coming though. It's coming very soon. It's on the 22nd. So there's gonna get a point in your journey where she's mixed, half Mexican, half black, but I'm still trying to learn how to do her hair. I'm a hairstylist, so where are you from? You can maybe bring her to me, or like you could do a video. Like what I could offer is you can follow me on Instagram, and I could like maybe even you like video chat me while you're doing her hair, and I could like help you with products to get, because I need to see her hair texture. Because I can't just tell you, because when it comes to hair, you have to actually know the texture. You have to feel it, see how it reacts to water, know the porosity, the viscosity, all that osity. Anyway, all that 6'7" hands down, that's like a hoe. Like, we don't do that, sir. We're just out here spreading energy for people to have a safe space to be able to enjoy throughout the day while they're going through their daily work. That's why I do what I do for my community. You know, if you hear, you understand. If you still on that level. I'm from New Mexico. What's your chat? I just need help with it. My Instagram is at Euphoria with 9 A's and 1 underscore. You can follow me on there and DM me, and then we could video chat. You can send me pictures on there and everything, and I'll help you understand how to do your daughter's hair. Cause I always wanted a daughter. Hopefully I get one soon. Fingers crossed, of course. But no rushing. No rush, slow touch. We just about ready to let my hair down soon. I just got to do my eyeshadow and my lip combo, but where's my lip liner? Where's my lip liner? Oh, here it is. It's so small now. My lip liner. All right, y'all want to hear one of my songs? I'll let y'all listen to one of my songs. All my music is streaming on all streaming platforms. It's not just, something I'm playing off SoundCloud. I'm saying SoundCloud. What the heck? Look, you a charming inspiration to my dynasty. So baby boy, won't you go and climb on top of me? Sound like an opera when you come and make my chakras sing. Be like Kalani and Cardi, you make me ring. Ain't been together, but you still give me deja vu. So when my line was, you know I'm coming straight to you. Remember them days when I couldn't get a hold of you? Now you got me thinking, damn, should I say I do? But when them times get hard, can I still run to you? Or you gonna climb me running with a new boot? If she fuck you good, you gonna let her whip my coupe and have a slurping ouch. I'm gonna need some answers too. And if you got me, baby, I'ma hold it down for you. When they try to turn me on, I don't think of you. It's bond the real deal tight like some super glue. Sometimes I just need to hear you say you got me. I look back, I'm good. Thanks for asking. My king, babe, I love the way you rock my body. Then I get on top and ride it like a Maserati. Call me Poppy, we go rounds like Rocky. Wet just like tsunami. And shorty eating salami. She purple just like she Bonnie. She suck me up anywhere. I got her legs up in the air. Give me some room. It's like a movie coming soon. Yep, that's my first song I ever recorded in the studio. Like the first time I ever went to the studio, ever, it was during a government shutdown, like the one we just came out of. And we ain't had nothing better to do. And I knew my friend was a musician. And I was like, hey, what you doing? You at the studio? He said, yeah. I said, I'm about to pull up. He said, all right, bet. Now, have you mind, I had rapped this song over this beat while I was on the phone with him because he was somebody I was talking to at one point in time. But I kind of was like not, as locked in with him at this point. Because we had already talked. I was buying him food, picking him up from work. He was working construction. And it was like another government shutdown. So I met him during one government shutdown and a government shutdown again. But this time I was getting paid the second time around. So I was like, let me come on to the studio, whoop-de-whoop, boop-de-boop. And came through and we made music. And it's funny because I asked him, I said, you gonna get on my song? He said, I'm gonna get on your song if it's good. I was like, oh, I thought he was playing with me, but I started realizing now, and this is why I say this about relationships, as long as you know what you need to know to keep yourself safe. Yeah, that was my song. Appreciate you with love from Australia coming through. Thank you, Australia, for recognizing. Yes, that was my song. Humbly, I say. But yeah, we made that music together, and it's so funny because I'm starting to realize now, with my knowledge of men, Erykah Badu said it best in her song. What if there was no such thing as niggas? Only master teachers. And when that finally set in for me, what that meant, like you start to really realize, like, it's no such thing as a nigga. Like, these niggas be. Yeah, you can message me on Instagram about your daughter's hair. At Euphoria 9A's 1_. Go get me on Instagram, or at Luscious Lots by Euphoria. LUSHIOUSLOCSBY Euphoria. That's my hair page, my professional page. You go ahead, add me on there, and I'll start to, or I can relay anything you need to know about your daughter's hair to you. But yeah, she said, what if there's no such thing as niggas, only master teachers? And when that finally set in, what exactly that meant, I was just like, oh. Like, it don't hit you until it hits you. Like, I heard the song a long time ago, and I thought about it when I met the dude who I heard it with in the car. But when I really needed to hear it, and the most, it came back around. Like, what if there's no such thing as niggas, only master teachers? Like, as much as I wanted to hate my ex for all the things that we went through, it was just teaching me so much stuff about myself that I still didn't even know about myself. On an alchemic level, on a spiritual level, on a cosmic level, on a patience level, even having that much patience with somebody else's son. You understand? So just having that the unconditional love, because I had very conditional love. I always expressed conditional love. I can't even lie to you. I've always only experienced and expressed conditional love. Like, as long as you get good grades in school, I'm acknowledge you. As long as you do this, I'm acknowledge you. As long as you help me pay these bills, you can stay at my house. It was always very conditional love that I've experienced in my life. As long as you take care of your son, I'm going to regard you. As long as you publicly love me when it's time to publicly love me, I'm a F with you. As long as you can make this much money, you can stay at the house. As long as you can. At Euphoria, EUPHORIA, 9 A's, 1 underscore, Euphoria. And then my hair page is LUSHIOUSLOCS locks by BY Euphoria with 1 A, EUPHORIA is my hair page. So, you know, you just learn that love don't got to be conditional just because you was raised that way. And I'm still learning it today, you know, dealing with my neighbors, dealing with my son, dealing with my ex. I can't even call him my ex. We was literally together yesterday, but we had court. You know, I don't know what to call that situation. But when it's unconditional, you know, sometimes someone who you talk to turns into a business partner potentially, or turns into someone that you grow with in a different kind of way. It might not be for the relationship. It could be for something else. So I never, ever in my life have caught myself really closing doors fully. As much as I've always been told to, like, you need to close that door altogether and just never look back. I'm like, yo, you know how many times where if that happened to me, I wouldn't even be where I'm at in my life. Like, if somebody closed the door on me and never spoke to me again, I wouldn't have gotten to my success in life. So you start to really remember that about your journey. You're like, oh shit, I can't even be like that. I'd be disrespecting my whole entire journey that I've been on, disrespecting the grace that I was given. Now, of course, like I said, if it's detrimental to your life and your livelihood and you could potentially die, girl, run. Girl, boy, run. But even those lessons, what if there's no such thing as niggas, only master teachers? I stay woke, teaching you self-respect, self-love. You know? So I pray that this message has gotten to some of you all. Yeah, of course you got to be solid. Of course, of course. I'm not taking away from that. Of course, solidness, solidity, having a backbone, having standards is definitely a main thing. And that's why I said sometimes the relationships come around to teach you that. That's exactly why somebody put their hands on you, to teach you to never go for that ever again. You learn to put people exactly where they belong in your life by going through the trauma. But again, also remembering at a certain point in your journey. Once you've expressed that you can respect the discipline that you've learned in that, it's now for you to teach that to somebody else. Like if a man beating on you, girl, run, 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 run. Because it can only get worse. Yeah, run. Don't walk, run. That might be too much red. Marcel? 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 That wasn't just you walking in the kitchen? That wasn't just you walking in the kitchen? That wasn't just you walking in the kitchen? No. Oh shit. Can you get my lashes out the bathroom? Get the ones that say HO3. I just heard something walking in my kitchen, and my son just said he wasn't in the kitchen. Y'all know spirits be out here spiriting. 3, the one that has 3 at the end. They the long ones. Them extra ones. The ones you said made me look like lamb chop. Bananas and pajamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas and pajamas are running everywhere. I can't see. Yes, HM03. Thank you. Ay, hair is tangling around the clip. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I ain't going in there, girl. I already know who and what it is. I ain't gotta talk to it. I know exactly who it is. I be knowing who be astral projecting to my house. I can see him. That's why I don't be scared. I just be like, really? You over here this early in the morning? You know, daggone well, you're not supposed to come over while I'm doing my live. What? You talk to spirits? Yes, I'm a spiritual medium as well. But I don't like to tell that to everybody because they're like, wait, you're crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just gifted. I can talk to your dead ancestors if I wanted to. It's a part of my spiritual contract, I suppose. Oh, shoot. Let me use the thing to make the line straighter. Let's give y'all some more breath work to listen to.
It's your girl Euphoria. Giving you some quick breath work.
So not only do I make music, I make breath works.
Inhale
At
and exhale.
Euphoria with 9 A's and 1 underscore.
Breathe in and exhale.
Man, yeah, you can ask me something, but man, do me a favor. Can you put my Instagram in the chat and then pin it, please? Please. And then you can ask my question, or you can ask your question. You can ask your question. We'll do it in either order. You know, I'm not trying to boss you around, but
Come to center. Thanks so much.
do that for me, please.
I pray this breath work has brought you peace. Ashe. Until next time.
Thank you. What's your question? I'll pin it. Thank you, man. What's the question? That's you walking around this time, right? I was going to ask if I should feel guilty if my childhood best friend passing away because I feel like a bad influence because I smoke a lot of weed. He was also just 21 years old. Did that make you? I mean, did he pass away because he was smoking weed with you, or why'd he pass away? I don't like those pants. Why they on your ankles like that? I mean, they supposed to be like that, but I don't know. I like your joggers, and your hood is tucked into your neck. It was on this side. Did you wash your face and put face wash and lotion on?
No, not really.
And put the lotion on and get the lips chapped, or the chapstick, and comb out your hair. I mean, yeah, straight up and down. My son plays so much. But no, seriously though, you shouldn't feel bad for somebody else passing away unless you did something that caused them to pass away, like had them in the wrong place at the wrong time. They smoked your weed and passed away, and it was laced. He took his own life. Well, I mean, you got to realize you weren't the only person in his life. And it's not your responsibility to be someone else's emotional support if they're not at least doing the work to show you that they care about you supporting them. You know? Like I have, the person I was dating, he's younger than me. He's 25 years old. And he smokes a lot. And I'm like, you need to chill out, but if he should do anything that was, detrimental to himself, that's not my responsibility to feel bad about it. You know, I'll feel bad, of course, but it's like if I'm telling you every single day, man, we need to do this. Let's do this. Let's put this work in. Let's get this done. Let's do this. Let's do this. And you keep on yelling at me, telling me what you want to do, not listening to anything I have to offer to say, and then you end up stressed out to the point where you would do something to self-harm. Like, you gotta not wear that burden on your shoulder. You have a life to live. That, you were doing the right thing. Even if you smoke weed, you're not putting a gun to nobody's head saying, smoke this weed with me. You're not putting a gun to his head saying, hey, bruh, if you don't pop out with me, then, you a sucker ass nigga. So if someone else does something like that to themselves, then, you know but also understand there's a lot of different levels to spirituality as well. So some people think that holding your breath a long time is committing suicide. That's how I ended up more spiritual. I was meditating in my kitchen and I did some breath work and I was like holding my breath, and I felt like my whole body go. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck was that? you know but you can still see me, right? So, but some people are like, oh yeah, people be committing suicide and don't even be realizing it. I'm like, what? Girl, you don't get the hell out of my face. I was meditating, doing breath work. Like, so we just got to be accountable for the fact that you and your body, if you can handle smoking weed for yourself, you're doing the right thing. Now, whatever your friend's personal battles may have been, that's not your weight to bear. That's not your spiritual cross to bear. Because if you telling him what to do and he not listening, but you can still manage smoking weed and you still here, okay? You always try. You always try. You never just give up. Can I ask you your opinion? I lost my baby mama on BS and I got better, but should I try or just give up? I always say try. You always try. Yeah, my answer never changes. You see how even though I didn't read your question, I still say the same thing? You still try. You still try. Because you never know. Y'all could just realize that y'all both were just immature and y'all needed to grow apart from each other. But in later years in life, you're gonna realize like, oh shoot, our child's mental capacity relies heavily on whether or not we can get along or not. Our child's ability to relate to the world depends on our ability to handle our emotions and stuff. Oh my god, I hate this when one curl is perfect and the other one is not. Okay, like, because once you understand how important you are to your child mentally, when your mind is right, you'll do anything to make sure that at least friendship is somewhat bulletproof to the outside world. Because y'all got to be parents to that child to the day y'all die. Nobody else. And it's nobody's job to kick in and do your job. But if don't get mad when another man steps in and does your job, because she deserve love. You deserve love. What's up, Zohib? All y'all deserve love. I have a son who's 13. His father's in prison. I'm not gonna be mad at his father for trying to, like, when he do call, but I haven't talked to his father in months. I haven't heard from his father in months. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna like, oh, well, forget you. I mean, he went and had a whole baby with somebody else, started a whole new family and everything else. But then, I ain't gonna hold you. That's when stuff started going downhill. Because when he was with me, anytime he got in trouble, the law forgave him. But when he went and messed with her, that's when it was like, oh yeah, 17 years. You don't really want to be out here. You don't really want to be out here. So, you know, just do what's right. Is your hair natural? Yeah, I don't have a relaxer. When I wash my hair, it just curls up. That's why it's so voluminous like this. Like, if you looked at my roots back here, y'all see it's frizzy as hell. Like, my hair is natural as ever. Like, I don't do relaxers, but of course the color has it chemically altered. But outside of that, it's all natural. Yeah, but when he was with me, every time he went in, they'd be like, "Okay, you come home, you come back home. We'll let you back. We'll take you back into society." As soon as he went with her, clankety clink clank clank, 17. So, always try to do right by your original baby mama. Don't try to start no other family if you don't have to. But if you do start another family, baby mamas, when your baby father start another family, be as supportive as you can to that family because that's your child's sibling. So you won't rob your child of a sibling because you mad. Like, girl, grow up. You didn't want to do it, so somebody else had to do it. Just when he had the baby with the other lady, I was like, oh yeah, because I had I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'll be honest with y'all. I aborted the second pregnancy. He came home from prison, and my son was 9 months old, and he got me pregnant the first day he came home. You understand? He got me pregnant the first day he came home. But I was like, oh yeah, I'm like 20, maybe 19. I'm not about to have two babies at 19. What the hell? I'm nervous. You've been gone for 9 months of my pregnancy. Wait, hold on. I had my son at 18. So 9 months later, yeah, I was about to be 19. So I was 18, about to have two kids. So I was like, nah, go outside. I ain't about to have this second baby. But we stayed together. But then he found another girl that made him feel more comfortable with himself because she was more understanding of spirituality. I wasn't even spiritual back then. I was just living life as a human being. I ain't nothing about spirituality and all that stuff. I wasn't there yet. So he found somebody on his level, mentally, spiritually, awareness level type, and they clicked and they ended up having a baby boy. And my son has a brother who's now about to be what, 5 or 6. Now the baby mother hasn't contacted me so that they could hang out, which I think is weird because I did promise him. I was like, if you got locked up, because I knew he was gonna get locked up, I had a dream about it. I said, if you get locked up, I'm gonna make sure that your sons have a relationship, which I tried to do, but she went and ducked off and had a whole nother kid herself. She was like, fuck him, fuck all of this, fuck this stress. I don't want nothing to do with him. I'm gonna move on. So that's what I'm saying. If you can try because your children can end up suffering and not even being able to be siblings with their own siblings because like pettiness, because people be getting their emotions wrapped up in it because we're all humans having an experience and we're not perfect. But people be like, oh shit, well, you want to go be outside with, and I'm outside, and they have another baby. When did you start your spiritual journey? I don't know. Honestly, consciously, like I'm on this journey about to be spiritual, about to learn more about myself, my higher self, my lower self, and all things spiritual. It kind of just accidentally happened. Like, you know, I turned 21. I had that situation happen on my birthday, but I didn't even know what was going on back then. So technically it started when I was 21, I think. It could have started even before that because, things happen to us as kids that we don't even realize could have been our wake up moment. But because we was kids, we wasn't realizing that that's what happened to us. And that's when we woke up. But when I actually woke up and was like, oh shit, I'm like, this is like the afterlife or like my second life or my ability to like be spiritual but still here. Um, I'd say when I was like 28, 29. Could you make food for us on your next live stream? I'm about to go. You look, the food stamps kicked in today. I might just make a nice little breakfast for y'all next time, or like meal prep with y'all on the Sunday. Maybe I'll start my live late on Sunday, so I'm not gonna promise my next live, no. But on Sunday I'll do a meal prep. So I'll just prep my food for the whole entire week, and y'all can watch me do that because I gotta be vegan. I realize now my body is like, yeah, eat cheese, girl. What? Stop playing with us. My body was like, no, don't play with us. My little watch, it's cute. Thank you, Mama. You should show us your meal prep. But yeah, always try to be with your baby mother and make that work. Ooh, y'all, I gotta go. It's about to be 8 o'clock. My son gotta get to school. I gotta get to the school by 8:45 to go get these girls educated on how to work for me and work for themselves at the same time and not feel cheated. Put my cologne, perfume on. We're gonna use some Valentino today. Okay. Question, y'all. Should I change into this necklace? I think this necklace looks a little bit more like versus this one. Kind of looks like, yeah, I think if I wear this necklace, I got to take the 2 crystals off. Like, I could keep this one on by itself. Like this. Or change. Y'all said, yes, this one is cute. Change to this one. Okay. All right, Marcel. 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 What the hell? So my apartment's not that damn big. Hold on now, y'all. Marcel. Y'all, my son just like disappeared out of nowhere. I don't know what the hell just happened. Marcel. Y'all be blessed. My son done passed out, went to sleep somewhere. So I got to go ahead and make sure he not, I don't know what the hell just happened. But I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Cause anyway, remember to always have peace, love, and hair grease, everything in between. Remember, here on this platform, you are heard, seen, and loved. Always remember to have, again, all your chakras in your body because you want to manifest your dreams for you. Thank you so much, Charlotte Bain. And if you guys are here, listen to the music, get to know me down below in the description down below. And don't forget, oh, hold on. Oh. Don't run over my son now. Always remember to have peace, love, and hair grease. And remember, get to know me down below and subscribe to all my platforms. And yeah, book a hair salon appointment with me or book a one-on-one consultation with me or reading or something like that. But yeah, I gotta go make sure my son's okay because he just disappeared. So peace, y'all. Y'all have a good one.